Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Same process as ever. We've got Max on either side. We'll take a show of hands. We'll set an embargo partway through for 10:30 this evening. Start with Anton, please.
Hi, Pep. Nice to see you. First off, just start with the game itself, I suppose. You previously talked about Arsenal very respectfully being the best team in the country right now. So how important is this game to show them and the rest of the country how good Manchester City are?
Well, it's different competitions. The FA Cup is a final. And of course, more than Arsenal, I would say, to prove ourselves, how is our level against, as you said, when the team make 50 points in one leg, it's because have been the best, and they are. So we have to prove ourselves how far away or how close we are, and the best way to notice is perform our best level. Otherwise, against the team in that right moment, will be difficult.
Mikel Arteta's had some very nice things to say about you in the build-up to this game, but he also admits he'd rather not come up against you in the title race because obviously you're so close. Is that something you share, and what have you made of him in this season?
I'm not suspicious. I said all my comments about Mikel when he was here and in the first seasons, like even won titles. The expectation like Arsenal, the man, because he's one of the most important clubs in England. So I'm not suspicious. I know my opinion then, not now, because it's 50 points. So I had the feeling, I said many times, we knew it, that when he was here, his ability, capacity and everything, and I think it's the biggest compliment for Arsenal as well. So for the hierarchy, for the sport director, for the club, for the back in the bad moments, trust him, keep him, and rely on him. And all the decisions I made that it was internally, I guess, was not easy because important figures were dropped. And to do this, had to be the people above to you to support you. And that's happened. And that's why, at the end, you need time, you need investment, because they did it a lot. And the capability of the results are there. So, and it's a challenge for us, challenge them. So, and this is the deal for this season.
I know you previously told us about letting Alexander Zinchenko and Warrior Jesus go to Arsenal in the past, but given how much respect and how much you value Mikel Arteta as a coach and the direction you saw Arsenal going, has there been any times you've gone, oh, maybe we shouldn't have let them go to Arsenal, and maybe it wasn't the best decision?
Why not? Because they are winning. My friend, it's easy going. Alex and Gabriel have been amazing with us. I have incredible respect as a persons first and after the football players. And of course we want to beat them, but all the success they have and they have families and it's going well. I'm more than delighted. If it's happened, it's because the players, both clubs, would agree with that, and that's all. So many times Alex maybe could leave and say, no, I want to stay, and he stayed. And this was not the case this case, and Gabriel the same, and we would agree because there's a lot of years, and they knew a new challenge, and the clubs, the Arsenal wants him. It's happened in natural way. So, and it's going well for them, congratulations. So you have to try to beat them and be close to them in the next weeks, tomorrow of course, in the next weeks and the season and the seasons in the future.
Pep, why did you choose Mikel to come and work here? He didn't have any coaching experience at the time. What made you think that?
Well, we were in touch before. I have Lorenzo Bonaventura, like he's maybe the closest friend, because we started together first month in Barcelona, and he knows really well Mikel, and I knew him a little bit, but not much like Loren. And after we make a conversations, and he said, I would like to work together, and I can help you because I know the Premier League perfectly. I know all the managers. I remember that the first game we played, I think, was against Sunderland, and we played against David Moyes. It was in that moment I was him, and I said, I know him quite well. I was in Everton. He do this, he do that, the strategies, set pieces, and after the 15 minutes, half an hour, and more than that, I said, yeah, he's the man. He's the guy. He can help me to anticipate. At the end of the Premier League, you have to know him sooner or later. But if you have someone like, anticipate the knowledge about what does it mean going to a Stoke City away or go to, every stadium, a guy who has been many, many years here, a part of that, so we start to go together. And always I said, I don't know what was my part of him, but his influence on me was great, was massive, was so important to become a better manager.
What was the relationship like? Because you were his boss. Clearly he wanted to become a manager and has become a manager, but how did the dynamic work? Was he brave enough to tell you when he thought you were wrong, or
I said many times to the players, all my staff, because I had many assistant coaches since I arrived, that I don't want anyone who knows to be with me. So, and I felt that as soon one team could, offer him to be a manager, he will leave. So he could, I think, happen years before, 1 or 2 years before. It didn't happen what happened, and I'm not a guy to say, no, you have to stay with me. So everyone has the dreams. Everyone has. And I know he went to the team, his club, the dream he dreams of. So he's, I think, a supporter for Marcel, for the fact he played there, was a captain there, and he loves the club. I remember that when we were together here, when we scored a lot of goals with our opponents, always he jump and celebrate, except one team. In one team, every time I scored a goal, I jump, come back, he was sitting there. It was Arsenal. So in that moment I said, oh, that guy likes Arsenal, and yeah, it's what it is. So it's like me, I'm training here, wherever, assistant coach in Barcelona call me, I will go to Barcelona. It's my club, So, and that I'm not the person to say, no, you stay here with me, have a contract, you have to stay with us, because I know it. So people have to fly when he believes it's the best for them. In the players, I said many times. So they are not happy, they have to leave, because the life is too short, especially for the players, to spend time in a place like you believe treat you bad, or it's a bad place, or you don't like it, or whatever. So, where it is.
Pep, I think last week when you were talking about the tactical adjustments the team needed, you said they were your fault. Even, not communicating to the players that, well, you were responsible for that. Before that, in the years before that, while the team was winning games and trophies, you've said many times that the manager's responsibility on that was little. Why is it that when the bad results, you are responsible?
Because my duty is to get results, to seduce the players to perform as much level as possible to win games. So I don't like I don't feel like it's going bad. It's because they don't run. I don't feel and appoint someone. If I don't want excuses for my players, for the staff, for everyone, I cannot show the excuses for myself. First, what happened in my career since the day one is look myself first. And since then, because we lose, I point you, we lost. With benefit, I said, we lost for you. We lost. It's the past. It's not going to help me to win or improve. Just look myself and see the other ones, where I encourage them to look themselves. And when they are unhappy, for many reasons, the only way is perform better. Thinking the past is the past. Because what happened in the past is the past. We got already the salaries for what we have done in the past. We get the salary, what to do in the future. We extend the contract, we're going to do in the future. Now we're in the past. The past is done.
So when you perform well, it's only your duty, nothing else?
The well is because at the end I have to take decisions, before. Of course the players are there, but I prefer to make me feel responsible for that in the bad moment. So I'm not going to say the players, you do good or bad. So of course they perform, they are the artists, and they make all the decisions they made. But the good ones and the bad ones, but that is a part of the business.
Do James and then up to Andy, please, Ali, after that.
Hi, Pep. It was suggested a few times when Mikel was here that he might be an ideal successor to you here. Was that ever a possibility given your age or obviously your commitment to this place? Was it just I suppose timing that could never happen?
I'm pretty sure if I would have lived before and he would be here, he will be the best. Absolutely. But I extend the contract, I'm sorry, and he didn't wait. So it could not happen, but definitely.
And you say that you credited Arsenal for the patience they showed during the difficult times. Was there ever a point where you feared for him? Because, of course, for a young manager, if they cut him loose,
no.
then...
No, because I know him, how he works, how he's able to seduce the board, the hierarchies, the sport directors, the players. And, of course, the decisions is not tough. And because normally the sport directors see every day training session, see the managing the training session in the locker rooms, in the how they solve the problems, how they handle the good moments, but how they behave in the bad moments. And I think this is the decision the clubs have to see, not the results. Results, of course, is important, but I have to see how is this managed daily, day by day. And we knew it that Mikel is good, and that's why. But it's not easy because in the big clubs you need results immediately, otherwise, and because I think the big success of the club Arsenal at the moment is come back in the position like in the past 90s, always was there. It's not winning one title, it's come back for the way they wanna behave. It just needs time, really needs time. It's almost they change 3/4 of the squad or half of the squad, a lot. Important players again come in. Now they are active again in the winter transfer, will be in the summer transfer, so it's not come from one day for the other one. So sometimes you need more time than you expect, but I think he rely on the club and the club rely on him, and that's why the rest is the result that they have. But in the same time I think as a club, as a team, we need this type of challenge already after win. And the other one. That doesn't mean it's going to catch them or going to be, I don't know right now. I have to adjust a few things, but this is the challenge. That's why it's nice. It was all at the time was Liverpool last season. Now it's Arsenal, and welcome Newcastle, and of course other clubs. There are a lot, to fight for titles, for qualify for the Champions League next season.
Hi, Pep. Can I just check on Phil Foden's foot injury? How is he?
He's getting better.
Is he in contention to?
I have
play
trained
Friday?
this afternoon.
And how's everybody else?
Good.
Okay. Thank you.
Set the embargo.